Hey guys, Fry here, and welcome back to episode 9 now, I believe, of our Mortal Kombat 1 Season 1 of Invasion Mode. In the last episode, we played as Reptile with Sub-Zero. If you didn't check it out, I recommend you do. We continued forward, making our way further through Sundo, and today we are using Reptile and Sub-Zero again, continuing to make our way through Sundo. Our first opponent being Sub-Zero, or Chill Initiate. I'm not sure what that says. I'm dyslexic, okay? It's not my fault. But I believe we thoroughly kick ass here. Yeah. Like, is that a flawless? If not, it's almost what it would have been. Had we not blocked that and then got fucked there. But there we go. I'm almost positive that is a secret brutal. In one of the last videos, I said I have not been able to do that brutality again, and then when I fixed my PC and recorded more Invasion, I did. So I did it. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess it is doable. It wasn't just me fluking. But we leveled up again. So I'm gonna just immediately spend the points because... Oh, and I forgot I have no medallion. So we have ice punches again. But I spend 2 in attack, 1 in special, 1 in defense, and 1 in health. I'm adding more to attack, health and defense over agility, just because I don't really need... I love that this one's called my lungs, and we're fighting smoke. We don't need agility as much because the overhead is more of a... You need to charge it to actually get a pop-up. So, it's not super useful, I suppose. Fight. But the smoke goes for a meter burn teleport, and of course we just block that and fuck up the combo, but it doesn't matter because we absolutely destroyed him, and we finish him with a brutal. Give me that fucking heart. Yeah, your boy is dead now. Sorry, Smoke.
Reptile wins.
Rest in peace, brother. But I leveled up my profile level. Currently, as of commentating this, my current level is 100, so at some point I'm sure that will be seen in a video. Probably the story mode, because I recently finished it actually, so if it even shows my combat card. But now we've got an endurance fight, and the endurance fights are pretty fun. I believe they give me like the most XP because it's you beat up 3 opponents. So that's always good, but we get caught straight off with a meter burn fucking armored move by Reiko. But of course we are absolutely wrecking with one combo, except that we drop it right at the end there, but it's fine. They are, well they have a lot less health because there's 3 of them. I mean, we killed that one in 4 hits. Like 4 hits and he was dead. And Sub-Zero hasn't fared any better. Poor guy. I believe we use... Nope. I thought we were going to fatal, but we just... is it called Serpent Dash in this as well? I can never remember what the move is called. I always forget move list names because sometimes, like, they change. See what I mean? We got quite a lot of XP there. Compared to what we normally get for just doing an invasion level. So, it's always good when you fight the endurance ones because... You know it's not going to be too difficult. There's going to be 3 opponents. They won't take ages. So all is good. But here I was like, wait, why can I go this way? And then I was like, ah, it just loops back round. So the tower here is the only thing we have to do. The modifier is ice spikes, which is the spikes that freeze, that pop up from the ground and freeze. But they shouldn't really be an issue. I don't remember if they were an issue for me. They probably helped more than they did hinder. But I'm not 100% sure. I've also realised they need to start broadening out more on cameos, because right now there's only like 3 or 4 I use, maybe 5. So I need to broaden out more. One cameo I haven't used is Cyrax, except for when I did the bomb fail in Invasion 2 and block that secret area chest thing. Yeah, I have not used him, and he's been nerfed now, so I feel like the time to use him would have been when he was busted. Now he's just, not okay, he's basically still just as good, it's just you can't get free pressure for nothing anymore. I'm trying to go for a brutal here, and it's just not happening. End up using a breaker. And then we just go with the grab, freeze Rain's legs off, and then turn him into a block of ice. Well, a statue of ice, I should say. That guy's like pointing at, like, look at that, look, hey. I love the background characters. They still move and stuff, even when you brutal. Just adds to it sometimes. But now we're going to be fighting Sub-Zero and Serena. Again, I'm pretty sure this tower was very easy. So far, I think, probably because I think this is like the second actual area, it's not been too difficult. Like, even the further on I've got, the more difficult it has gotten. However, it isn't that difficult so far. But I feel like the final area will be very difficult. It'll either be very difficult or too easy. But I suppose I'll find out. This is where it's like perfectly in the middle. But I mess up doing the fatal there because I hadn't done it in a little while. But it's cool because Reptile's finish animation is pretty cool. I love that his lips quiver. Like the game glitches and his lips are just going crazy. I think it looks awesome. Oh, it's a 4-tower fight. I thought it was a 3. So now we're fighting Reiko with Sector. Sector's a Kameo I want to start trying to use because he looks fun. I know he has the telepunch and the missiles. Ah, there my controller disconnected, which is why I was stood still in there. I have been having quite a fair bit of controller issues recently. The controller port is a little broken, so I have to like hold the controller at a specific angle for it to work. And it's caused me to lose a lot of combat league sets. But there we just end it with an uppercut brutal. I know I've said it before, but I love that sometimes the head lands right between the legs face up. So it's like they're smelling their own ass, even in death. But right here we got waiting for a response from Service for some reason, but nothing happened. We just got currency. I expected the game to crash or desync us, but it didn't, so all was good. But yeah, now onto the last fight, Smoke and Serena, which is the Kameo I use. It's a good Kameo combo. Net Smoke quite a fair bit of extra damage, gives him some zoning. Yeah, I think she's good. It also, you know, helps with meter drain. I just think, for me, Serena and Striker are probably the two best for him. Not sure about any of the other Kameos yet. I haven't really experimented much with them. But I don't even know how he died. He just died. But this time I was like, I'm not messing up the fatal. We're getting it. Because I'm pretty sure if you do fatals and brutals especially, you get more EXP than what you would if you just didn't do anything, just knocked it down. So, especially in Invasion, and just when I'm trying to level up a character in general, I try and always do a brutal or a fatal or a Kameo fatal. Just for that little extra boost in EXP, because it is actually pretty difficult to level up, I'm not going to lie. But we get a chitin wing component and a bunch of currency. Coins, crowns, that's what they're called, crowns. And then seasonal currency. Okay, I've got to remember that they're called crowns. I probably won't. But we absolutely smashed that tower. So now we basically head on back to the... I think it's the gate that was locked. But here is also where I realized, oh, there's a chest there that I didn't get. So I go up and get it, which is the only reason this part is still edited in. We need to use the ornate key, which is fair enough. We get a homing ice orb talisman, a power core of rage relic, flare for dramatic skin, and a rod of alluvion for rain. Then I decided to go ahead and cut it right here. I think I go in the shop and buy another key. Yes. I think that's it. Yeah, and then I just cut to where we go next, which is to use the festival key to unlock said gate to advance to the rest of Sundo's area. I think we are almost done with Sundo. We might even be done with the Sundo area in this video. Not 100% sure, but this one, I like it, it's called Rained Out, and of course we're fighting Rain. Sector is Kameo. Also, sorry if you hear me drinking, I have tea, and it's like the ideal temperature. You know, when it's like still hot but not too hot to drink. It's like the perfect temperature. That's currently where it's at, so I'm trying to enjoy as much of it as I can while I commentate. I'm currently on my own because there was a family emergency that requires people to just sit at the hospital in A&E. So I don't need to be there. So I'm at home alone, making sure no one hears us. Whoop, whoop. So I figured use the time wisely, you know. Get all snug, I'm in my dressing gown, got a nice tea going, gonna commentate some of my recordings that I don't really remember what happened for in most of them because I did it so long ago. But I think a few times in this fight I started to try and do training stuff as well. It's a real problem I have when I face a character I know how to play. I sometimes accidentally do their strings, especially when it's my main. It happens all the time. That bubble is so annoying. I didn't realise he meter burned it, so it was the following one that lasts longer. So he managed to negate my combo, which was pretty cool of the AI, but frustrating for me. Here I failed to do the grab brutal and just settled for just finishing it normally. Oh, this tea is banging, I'm so sorry. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I hate that I'm the stereotypical British male who enjoys tea a lot. Like, I wish I wasn't the stereotype, but it's just so good. So good. This is just a survive one. These ones aren't... I found that they aren't too difficult. I've also heard that you don't actually even need to do anything. You can just stand there and let them all hit you and you won't die. Which I think is kind of hilarious and a massive oversight on NetherRealm's behalf. No offense to them, but I think here we actually managed to avoid all of them. The first couple are just duck ones, and then there's the jump ones. But Reptile's jump is quite nice. I like the way his jump is, and it works really well for jumping over these. Later one I think I do is Rain, and he is awful for jumping over them. But we got away with a flawless victory. I was pretty chuffed with myself when I realised right at the end that it was a flawless. I was like, oh nice, go me. Oh, and we got a nether flame component, but I'm pretty sure that just turns any medallion we have to a fire medallion, but I'm not 100% sure. But now I go down the bottom, and there is a clue, and I genuinely cut out like 9 minutes of me figuring out that it said amulet 4, or 4 amulet. So I was like, does that mean I need to use an amulet 4 times? Do I have to have a level 4 amulet? So the amulet I just so happened to have on had 4 uses. So I figured, well, I'll just use it all 4 times and see if that unlocks it. And well, I suppose you'll find out at the end of this fight if I was correct or not, or whether or not we have to do it again. But I used the ice hands again. This is kind of where I realized it's not that useful. It doesn't add much extra damage, especially for Reptile. And it's a pain and takes quite a while to activate. Like, I froze him, activated it, and still got, like, punished for the grab. Like, maybe if he hadn't grab and attacked, I'd have been able to block punish, but no. But I've used the medallion all 4 times, and I'm basically like, right, now I can actually kill this guy. I think I try and do a brutal. Yes, I check the brutal, because I'm like, wait, how do I do it again? And then, of course, we chow down on Reiko's arm, and once we finish that, we have a bite at the side. I love the way he, like, stands there and rubs his stomach. Just, that's it. Permanently that until you quit the end screen for it. It's so funny. It's great. For God's sake. But yeah, I was right, and I was like, oh yes, because I was worried it was like would have maybe had to be a level 4 amulet, or that I was just deciphering it wrong. But I was right, so go me. We get the chest, we get a lost ring, 1-time pyromancer skin, and a legendary helmet that's called Merciless for Reiko, which looks fucking awesome, by the way. I'm not sure if I have it equipped on my Reiko. I don't play Reiko, but I still like to sometimes go through and just equip gear to characters. Ah, yes. Okay, this is the boss. So when this fight ends, we're basically done. I think I decide to use that. Yeah, the triple uppercut. damage. And then I just head right on into the boss fight. I don't edit the cutscenes out for this bit because I think it just looks so sick, the fiery tornado. Like, that just looks class. And it doesn't take relatively that long, all in all.
Fight.
But we are fighting Polar Sub-Zero, who's using Darius as a Kameo. But the annoying part about the bosses is just how much health they have and how much you have to, you know, damage them. It can take a while. The mini bosses take a little while, but the boss of the area can take quite a while. I see why they give us so much time. Especially when they quite often just armor through your moves. It's very frustrating. But as you can see, like, that did 9% for 4 hits. It was crazy weak damage. Like, that would normally on this have been like, in some cases it's been like, an 11,000 damage combo. So it's just weird that, well, I guess it makes sense because they probably have buff defenses. I didn't check his level, he might be the same level as me or higher. You know, a multitude of things. But he activates this and gets to throw that, which I realized is unblockable a little while later, as well as the freezing me while I'm close to him modifier. I'll be honest, I started worrying. I was like, oh my god, this guy's gonna beat me. Like, I know I was saying earlier, it's not been that challenging, but this fight was actually kind of challenging. I was just very glad I wasn't playing with Rain, because I'd be doing even less damage, and it would take even longer. Especially because I think my Rain is like, all of this stuff I think might be resisted by Subduo's type, because he has ice like him, and I think water or electric. Or electric, oh, I'm not sure. It might be electric and water, I can't remember. But we successfully blocked that, which I was proud of, but got very minimal punish. And on the boss characters, you know, your punishes matter. I keep doing that instead of the doing 1. Do forward 3, 2 instead of the forward 3, 1. And it's frustrating because it basically means when I land a hit, I basically get no damage. But I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be over now. And then I realized, oh yeah, it's the boss, so I've got to do it again. So I was very worried. I was like, oh shit, he gets ice armor now as well as having that unblockable. And now he throws ice axes, which is pretty cool to see, because it just reminds me of MK1. I also love the beating clone. When it lands a hit and does that, it's so fun to watch. But I'm kind of panicking here, because I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? He's got armor and a lot more health than me. I mean, I have 2,100 health, but that's still... Oh, okay, I guess I have more health than him. But still, you know what I mean? He's doing more damage, I'm pretty sure. I'm doing no damage because of the armor, but we break it there, and that instantly made me feel a lot better. I was a lot more confident. I was like, okay, we managed to do it when we have about half health, or just over. Maybe we can bring this back. He goes for that overhead. I don't know if it's an overhead, but the axe thing. He managed to catch him with the stag. But overall, we haven't been doing too much. I was just more so dead. But 36% is perfectly decent amount of health. What it would normally be if we were playing normally, but maybe because it's invasion, I'm used to it doing so much damage. So like, oh, whenever I get on invasion, like 30% or 37, I'm like, really? But as you can see here, we are almost dead, and I'm like, right, it's time to combo with the fatal blow while I have the chance. Get that out of the way, get a little extra damage, along with the fact that Reptile's fatal blow is fucking awesome. Just love the fact he bounces on the tail and then bites them. But we managed to actually do pretty well from here on out. We land another hit, and the forceful lands going to drop it. And again, I do the forward thing. We get hit by slide. I was very, very scared at this point. I was like, oh my god, one of those. But I used the meter burn air slam overhead thing, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. If he blocked that, it would have been death. But luckily, he didn't. And then I finish it with a fail because I'm like, it's a boss. He's gonna fail. I don't know if bosses actually do give us extra EXP. I'd imagine they do because they'd be more difficult and you fight basically 3 times. So sure.
Reptile.
I could be wrong. Could just be a normal amount of EXP. I think it is a little extra, but we got a legendary talisman for it, Hoarfrost, or whatever it's called. I think right here my controller died, so I just lingered on the legendary talisman. Yep, and then we got the Arctic booster consumable, a Sub-Zero pallet, and a Sub-Zero gear, as well as seasonal currency. So we got quite a fair bit for defeating him. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be the end of today's episode. Yes, yeah, because I get rid of this meteor and then it's to the portal, I'm almost positive. This acid meteor talisman, yeah. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!